Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope. This is the Peace Dealer, and this video is for August 6, 2017. The moon is going to slip into Aquarius, and your experience of this lunar eclipse will begin. And one of the auspicious things about a full moon transit is this brings into completion the purpose and lesson of the energy. So congrats, you're crossing that finish line today. And let me just tell you, it's going to be every bit as radical as you cannot handle, especially if you're sharing space with others. Those of you in relationships are going to uncover all sorts of weird and eccentric information, habits, skills between each other. It doesn't really matter how significant the relationship is. This is something that's just going to be channeled between two people. What today represents is the greater activation of your crown chakra and how you're able to balance your root. So a theme that balance it with your root. A theme that I always speak on a lot though is there being a spiritual war and you having to counter interact with the darker shadows of other people. Because just like you're dealing with your own internal shadows, you still have to deal with the shadows of others. You still have to deal with people who have not resolved their own issues or even have given in to their own issues. You don't do this by judging them, but you do this by maintaining your boundaries and for some of you in some cases casting and binding that out in others. Only of course if there's great need to, like if you're defending yourself and you have no other choice. Because a really major theme of Pluto and Capricorn is to let people suffer, all right? A lot of people are going through karmic judgments, and regardless of whether they are innocent to you or not, there's not a notion of if they deserve it or not. You just have to let people go through what they're going through. Regardless, there's a galactic revelation that the influence of the South Node in Aquarius will put you on. So you're going to gain a completion of understanding about who you are, about who significant people in your life are, and it's just going to come as like flashes, like, ooh, that makes sense. And the integration that's necessary to actually make sense of what you're realizing usually takes a few months to integrate, but you're just going to instantly realizing. And that's going to be very scary to some of you. Like you could find out in twist-like form that the person who you've given your heart to over the past 3 or 4 years is an evil witch or wizard. And you have to fight past not necessarily the reality, but the projection of that. Either switch your perspective or you make some hardcore decisions. All right. You may find out that the person who you've been antagonizing or antagonized by that you just couldn't really connect with all of a sudden is probably the greatest love of your life and stuff just clicks. This is the energy that's going to make it super weird. And it's going to have a lot to do with your relationships with others because as Venus is continuing to trine Neptune, the moon will be trining Jupiter in Libra. It's going to make our connections with others, whether far or close in proximity, very mystical and very spiritual. Mystical meaning there is a feel that you can't put your finger on. Unless you have water sign energy, then you just are clear sentient to what the hell is going on before you have to now pretend like you don't for some who are not initiated into that deeper wisdom. Anyway, regardless, let this day inspire you to remember that nothing is under control and you either believe in extraterrestrial galactic overlords or not. Okay, that's the main message of this. You either believe that you have real chakra and aura and bioelectricity flowing through you that you harness and express as ki, chi, magic, or all of this is just woo-woo meditative bullshit. Where do you stand? Are you wishy-washy? This is not the time to be wishy-washy because you're just going to get caught in the maelstrom of BS and chaos. And for those of you who have been walking this spiritual path, and you know this awakening has not been easy, where you don't have a lot of people to stand as reference points for you, and you've had to deal with deep psychological complex shifts in your consciousness that you haven't been taught how to deal with. So most of you have been suppressed through. All right, are you going to be aware of the presence of galactic extraterrestrial overlords? I'm not even talking about no lower ranked aliens. I'm talking about galactic overlords, emperors of the cosmic space above that are responsible for the frequency blasts we get from Larry Clark's orbit, where we have these GPS signals just completely frazzling our mainstream and mainframe signaling. I really do hope I sound crazy because I'm channeling this Uranus Aquarius energy. And this needs to stop. This only being spiritual when it's convenient thing needs to stop. You need to stop being in the closet with this and stop compromising your perception when you're around people who you feel are cooler or just don't get it. It's really not allowing the congruency of your frequency to maintain integrity. And thankfully, you are probably watching this and you are not with the shenaniganery and you are staying true. This type of transit starts to reward you for the long work you've done. Trusting your intuition. Intuition doesn't make sense before you follow it. Sometimes you follow your intuition and you feel weird, like what the hell's going on? And the reward comes after and it all makes sense. Keep on your path. Keep on your path. Every single one of you have an individual secret path that you have to trust your intuition because your spiritual eyes may not be open, or so there's a facet that's not been revealed to you that will be revealed today. But if you haven't been trusting your intuition, this revelation isn't going to make sense because you haven't been paying attention to the signs. Those of you who have stayed true, this will be one of the best days for you. And we even have the Fool card that we're starting off with, which is going to blast you forth on an epic adventure. There's a new phase of this energy that, coupled with death in the middle of the day, will help you transform. Some of you have been wanting to transform and rise above and change certain facets. Others of you, this new adventure could literally mean the end of your old life, which is why at the end of the day, we have you withdrawing from a lot of situations. Some of you may completely turn down opportunities, but it's not so that you're turning it down. You now have to really understand at great length how you feel about everything, because this Fool card is a blast. Like, you're gonna feel this new energy as soon as the moon shifts into Aquarius. And the underlying core theme of this day is the High Priestess. Trust your intuition. All right, trust your intuition. The signs will be strong. The signs will be heavy. You're connecting to a greater mainframe. But listen to me. You either believe in good, because all this fixed energy, when you talk about aliens, that's Aquarius. When you talk about Aquarius, you have to talk about Scorpio. You have to talk about Leo. It's extreme. That's why these people are so passionate and brilliant. Like, it's extreme. You either believe in galactic aliens and extraterrestrial overlords, or you don't. It's just some concept in a movie. These tinfoil people are stupid for even believing aliens really exist. You're either that or that. If you're with, I at least have respect for the person who needs real literal evidence before they believe in an alien, and so they don't believe in it. I can at least respect that person. But you wishy-washy people who don't believe in it or not, you're going to, I'm not saying this because I don't like you. I'm saying this because it's going to mess with your psyche If you cannot believe or not believe, what's good? I know extraterrestrial galactic overlords exist. One of them is my higher self. Have I ever met them in person? Have I ever seen them? No, unless I did and I haven't. But do I know they exist? Yes. Oh, yes. As sure as Osiris is on my MC. But that's neither here nor there. The oracle card that we have isn't so much an oracle card as much as it is Osho's and tarot card. But it's we are the world. So yes, some of you are freaking out because you're telepathically connecting to other people that you know, and you think you're schizophrenic, or you think it's just weird because you're sharing psychic space with other people. Don't worry, it's nothing new. This has been happening way before you were even born. Your just increased awareness of this is evidence of the veil being thinned. We are having a lot of water energy. Don't be so intimidated by it. We are the world. The shared vibration of this is all of us. So this is a source of power for you. And even when you feel alone, you can still be connected. Yes, it won't necessarily be as comfortable because not everybody, including ourselves, are pure and truly holy. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone's a super divine Cancer or a Pisces, all right? But we still can pull our power together. The dark forces want us to divide against each other and hate each other for no reason. So as soon as you are aware of galactic overlords who frustrate our vibrations so we don't connect, you can remember and have courage, okay, to truly accept that we are all we got and all we need. Will it be easy? No. But I would be disappointed if it was easy. I kind of like a challenge. It is what it is. And until tomorrow, y'all stay blessed. Peace.